Hi Virgo, welcome back to Tarot Wisdom. This is your mid-month, starting with June 16th up to the 30th, give or take a couple of days. This energy may be happening now, may have started happening, or it's going to happen very soon. I would like to thank all of you new subscribers. I appreciate your subscribes 1,000,000%. And to all of you who are new to the channel, if you like what you see in here, I invite you to like, subscribe, and share. I also wanted to say I advise you to check your moon and rising signs, and if you don't know what they are, just click in my description box at the bottom of the video, and it'll lead you to two sites where you can input your information and get your natal chart, and it'll tell you your ascendant, which is your rising, and your moon and your Venus. It'll tell you all your placements, so that way you won't have to guess. And if you don't know your exact time of birth, always put in 12 midnight, and that'll give you an accurate reading, astrological reading. Also, I am open for personal I am open for personal readings. If you want to book a reading with me, just go to my About section. My email information is there. The prices are there. You can pay through PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, we can do it through Venmo or Cash App. That way you have a record of what you paid, and I can also send you a receipt just for backup. But yes, I am open. If you have any questions, just email me, and I can get back to you within the day of your question and payment. And it would be a recorded message. If you want a phone reading or Skype or something like that, excuse me guys, we can try to arrange that also. So like I said, this is for Virgo, mid-month, and we're going to start the reading now. You start off with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why it's okay. There it is. You start off with the Wheel of Fortune, followed up by the Queen of Swords, followed up by the Eight of Cups, which I clarified, followed up by the Five of Swords, followed up by Major Arcana, the Emperor. Also, the Wheel of Fortune is the Major Arcana, and then followed up by the Page of Cups, which I also clarified. Now, I'm not doing oracle cards, but I did choose a card, and it's from Doreen Virtue's Loving Words from Jesus. So it's not exactly an oracle. What it is inspirational messages that I feel as though we can all use. So I'm not trying to sway anybody either way in their thinking, but just like with the oracle cards, they give advice. This also can give you something to meditate on or think about if you choose to do so. So, Virgo, starting out with the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like things are turning in your favor. And the reason being is that I believe you guys are having clear thinking now with the with the Queen of Swords coming up. You guys are thinking clearer. You had maybe an epiphany or two about your situation. Whatever situation that could be, But with that clarity that came, you had the Eight of Cups come up, which is an emotional walking away of something, or emotionally being done with something. So the clarification that came with the Queen of Swords, it kind of gave you the revelation of emotionally, whatever this is not fulfilling anymore. And with the clarifier that came up, it is the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm believing that this is your stability, your financial, the way you gain money is not fulfilling to you anymore. Yes, you probably are prosperous, good at what you do and everything, but it is not fulfilling. And you have come to that conclusion with the Queen of Swords. You have a couple of swords energy. You have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. But even through all that emotional dissatisfaction, you still have the Wheel of Fortune. And I do believe clarification brings on those positive changes. So next up you have the Five of Swords. And I believe that basically in the way I see it is a battle of the wits, because sword energy is mind energy. And in this card, it depicts you, male or female, and you got all the swords in your hand. You're smiling at what could be opponents mentally, and their swords are dropped. They're not in it to fight or battle with you. Oh, I have a piece of my chocolate cake in my fingernail. They're not in it to battle with you or anything, but basically you have won at a battle of the wits. They call it like a hollow victory, because I guess it's almost along the lines of, it could be like sarcasm. You can win at that game, but with that Queen of Swords here, you have so much of that ability, because your thinking is clear, and where other people may just want to have maybe a honest debate or something, you're like so sharp that, and you're already on top. So in a way, that is a winning card. But, winning at what cost? Winning at what cost? And then you have the Emperor. So this is a fire energy, and the Emperor, I'm trying to get it clear for you guys. The Emperor embodies wisdom. It embodies self-mastery, self-control, rulership over oneself. They can be a little smug at times because they are wise. So I think with the mental clarity that came and the wheel turning in your favor, you are sitting pretty as far as decisions that you are going to make. So it may be that you have made up your mind to walk away. Let's put it this way. You made up your mind to walk away emotionally of a financial investment. You may still stay in that investment, but emotionally it's just not there for you. You know how some people say, oh, I feel so complete with this or whatever. It's like, yeah, I got it, but it just doesn't satisfy me anymore. All I'm getting out of it is the money. And you've already come to that conclusion, and you're standing firm in that decision. And then next up, you have the Page of Cups, and that is, you see other options, or other options are being offered to you. They may have already been offered or presented, and emotionally it seems like it's going to be fulfilling to you. Because for one, this Ace of Pentacles is here. That's your energy. So you're looking for something more fulfilling as far as your stability. So I asked for clarifiers for that, and the next up came the Ace of Swords. So yes, the Ace of Swords is a blessing. So whatever is coming up is going to be emotionally satisfying to you on the materialistic front, and it's truth. It's going to be a truth that you know. It's going to be a truth that you recognize if it already hasn't been presented and you're not working on it. But I asked for another clarifier, and the King of Wands came out. So it's something that you are going to be taking action, if not now, this month. This is something that is in the works that you are going to be taking action on, because you have already in your mind, if it's a work situation, you have already in your mind figured that this is not emotionally fulfilling anymore. And you know, you came out in your own reading with the Ace of Pentacles. That's the earth sign. So whatever you're doing for a living is just not fulfilling to you emotionally, but you are soon going to take action on something new that is presented to you. And it's how can I say it? It's in its the youngest stage. It's a page, so it's in the youngest stage, almost like the idea stage, but it's an offer. But it turns into the Ace of Swords. It's a clear offer. It's honest, and it's something that is going to make you feel as though you want to take action on. If you're not taking action on it already, you will be. Okay, those are the energies that surrounding you. But you do have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning in your favor ever since you have been able to have some mental clarity on things with that Queen of Swords coming in, because she's like the Queen of Swords energy. And for you, whether you're male or female, you know, it's a softer energy than the King of Swords, but it is straight to the point. It's concise. It's truthful. No matter how other people take the facts, or even how you take the facts of the matter, it's a clear, concise, truthful, straight to the point, and it just brings clarity. So that's why that Wheel of Fortune is there. You know, you already know that emotionally, you're through with it. You're through with something, whatever situation it is. There's so many Virgos out there, so it could be, you know, it could be with love, it could be with work. I'm seeing it more with how your financial stability is, you know, and all this battling people mentally, you know. I don't know if that's a Virgo thing or just a human thing, but mentally you want to stay on top of things. In the recent past or coming up, you will be on top of things, but it's kind of, I would say, antagonizing, because these people, like I said, look, their swords are dropped, and he's just looking at them, smiling like, ha ha, and you know, so. Yeah, he won, but what did he win? Because people were walking away from him. So I would advise you against that type of mental, you know, battle of the wits. But I mean, like, if it has to be done because you feel like you're being challenged, you know, you have free will. So that's the energy. But you will be embodying the energy of the Emperor, who is very wise. So even though this is fire energy, wisdom is mental. It's knowing. It's a little bit of spirituality to it too. So it looks like you guys will come out on top. The first card coming out, the Wheel of Fortune, and the last card coming out as taking action with the King of Wands, male or female. So something new will be coming in And like I said, if it's not in the month of June, this is something that you are thinking of for this month. This is something you are thinking of. I hope I was clear in explaining all the details of it, because it's a lot wrapped into it. Because, you know, when I said that Eight of Cups with the emotional walking away here, that doesn't mean you actually walked away from somebody, but emotionally you have. You know, it's almost like two people being married, and emotionally they're just not invested in it anymore. Even though it's a marriage, even though it's a foundation, they're not emotionally invested. That's what I mean. It's not that you actually did or are going to walk away from something right now, but emotionally, not physically, you have left the building. So, from our Doreen Virtue, Loving Words from Jesus, the card that came out is Judge. Let me see if I can get it clear for you guys. It's so hard sometimes for it. It's judge not that you be not judged. And it's from Matthew chapter 7 verse 1. So that's something I guess you can focus on, because I do know that Virgos have a tendency to judge themselves harshly, and in turn it comes out of in turn it comes out that you're like harshly judging others. You know, it's almost like what you internalize, you kind of put out. So yeah, that could be a good thing to focus on. So don't be so hard on yourselves, guys. You know, judge not, and that's starting with yourself. You know, you're human. We're all human. So that kind of goes with this one. It's almost like, yeah, I know I got it, and it's he's almost acting as if a judge, as if I won mentally over you guys. So, you know, but like I said, everybody's walking away. Their swords are down. It's like, you know, we don't even want to be around you. So go easy on yourself. Go easy on other people. You know, I hope this resonated with some of you. If not, you know, check your moon and rising signs. They could be more on point with you. I wish you the best for the rest of June. And like I said, I invite you all to like, subscribe, share. You can leave a comment if you like. And I will be back in July with your monthlies. So love you guys. Have a great rest of June.